I'm Jamie and welcome to Glowing Beauty Addiction. It's been a while since we've done a brand banter, so I thought we should try another one. Today I pulled out all of my stuff that I own that is from Kevyn Aucoin. Kevyn Aucoin was born in 1962 and he unfortunately passed away at the age of 40 in 2002. He had a tumor and there were some complications with his drugs and that type of thing. So the reason I chose to do him though was he was so influential on the whole beauty industry. And I think what drew me to him most was some of his philosophies. He was an activist in many different regards. He started his company in 2000, 2001, around there. He was huge in the 80s and 90s with supermodels. Like, he worked on Barbra Streisand, Cher, Janet Jackson, Cindy Crawford, all these supermodels. Then he started his own company. I think the best quote of his, he says, I want to get this right. Today I see beauty everywhere I go, in every face I see, and in every soul. And with some of the goings-ons that have been going on in the last few days, there's been a lot of negativity online, on Twitter, on YouTube, and it can get you down. And today, unfortunately, Kate Spade passed away. She was another phenomenal designer. So I think we have to really take a moment and realize that there is beauty everywhere and in everything. He also said, perfection is boring. If a face doesn't have a mistake, it's nothing. And that's important with beauty and with makeup, or just how you feel. And I think for him, he just wanted everybody to feel beautiful. It wasn't about packing product on your face or anything like that. Even though he sold cosmetics, he sold brushes. It was more about just feeling beautiful. So today, this was a quick look as I was going through trying to find everything that I had from him. I started just to kind of try something different with the No Pore Blem primer. Now, I purchased this from Sephora because Jeffree Star recommended it. I like it. It's got a lot of slip to it. There's a lot of silicone in here, so it's something to be aware of. I'm going to talk about the non-Kevyn Aucoin items first. I set everything with my Patrick Starr MAC powder. Again, just doing something different today. I primed my eyelids with a MAC PaintPot as per usual. And just to mix it up, I used my Clairsonic for my foundation today. I've been using a brush or a beauty blender more lately, but I still really love this. So let's get into the Kevyn Aucoin items that I have. First off, as you can see, I have Face Forward and Making Faces. These books are amazing. In fact, one day, because I haven't figured out how to put video in video yet, maybe I'll recreate one of the looks in one of his books instead. Those go for $21.99 on the Beautylish site, which is where I got them, and they're gorgeous. I love them. I would leave them sitting out on my coffee table if this was a female-only home without little tiny men. But let's get into the makeup products. I have the Kevyn Aucoin Liquid Airbrush Foundation in LQ09. Now, this foundation is a very nice foundation. It's one of the few that I have right now that kind of matches the red sunburnt undertone of my skin. It is a very thick foundation. And even though it's thick, I don't find that you get full coverage right away. You do still have to build it. Let's see, I wrote all this down. This will go for anywhere between $78 and $82. It's a good foundation. I don't know if it's $82 good. I do believe a lot of his products you do pay for his name. So I like it. I don't necessarily recommend it because the price is quite prohibitive. I got mine though, as a side note, on Hot Look. They have a lot of Kevyn Aucoin on there and you can get them deeply discounted. So if you are interested in picking anything up from them, definitely check out Hot Look. So every day, every single day, I use my Kevyn Aucoin base shadow brush. And it's a big fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I use this for my base color every single day. This goes for $40 on Beautylish. It is an investment. 40 bucks is a lot for a brush, but I wash my brush, clean my brushes a lot, and it is still absolutely as soft as the day I got it. I love, love, love his brushes. I used 2 of his mascaras today, which is why I'm not wearing lashes. I used the Kevyn Aucoin, the Expert Mascara in Blood Roses. Now I used this as a second coat on my lashes. I started off first with Kevyn Aucoin, the Expert Mascara, and this one is just in black. So the full size of this goes for $41. Again, very pricey. I believe I got mine from Beautylish as well. The mascara is nice. It will transfer though. You do have to be careful about that. And if you go too thick, you can probably even see a little bit on this eye. It can give you that Punique spider leg looking lash if you're not careful. Less is more. More coats, a fine application is much better than going in with a heavy hand and trying to get it all done in one coat. I do like it, but again, price prohibitive. You decide. I used on my lips the Kevyn Aucoin, the Sensual Lip Satin in Blood Roses. Now this goes for, a full size of it goes for $66. I love this stuff. I hate that I love it. The doe foot on it is very cute. It's so smooth and so soft. Like you put it on and it feels like it might be thick, but it melts into your lips in a way. Again, same as mascara, this will transfer. It happens to me every time I wear this. I walk out of the house and I have lipstick on my teeth. Also, as you can see, it is not transfer proof, but it is nice. It does wear nice. Even though it's transferring, you don't end up with the gross butthole lips. It's nice. $66 nice? Don't know. So, a trio that I had gotten, and I got this from Outlook, I believe, because I did not pay full price for this, and thankfully I didn't. I got this little trio of Kevyn Aucoin powders, and I'll go through these. Let's start with this Neo Setting Powder, Matte to Glow. It says, set your makeup dial up or down with the first time ever 3-in-1 flexible setting powder. That's what it says on the back, if it'll focus on that smaller writing. This is not a setting powder. I grabbed it this morning and I left my face looking a little ratchet just because I set my chin with this. And the reason it's not a setting powder is, if you look, there is so much shimmer and shine in this that it is insane. If I take a swatch, like that shows up better than some highlighters that I've used. So as a highlighter, it's probably gorgeous. I actually use this on the inner corner of my eyes. Yeah, it's not a setting powder. If you were to buy this individually, the full price of this one is $75. It's not a setting powder. So the next one that I have is in this one, the Neo-Limelight Ibiza Iridescent Glow. Now this is the Pro Highlighter. And it's nice. Full size of this is $75. And it looks like this. It looks very beautiful. I did use it to highlight today. I'll get a clean finger. And give you a swatch. Let's swatch up here. So, as you can see, it's not the most glowy highlighter. Like, do I have I will take one of my broken Pop Lux highlighters just for kicks and giggles. And right above where I did that. Like, there is, of course, my lighting sucks. Let me get up close and personal. Like, you can't even tell that I have a second highlighter on. So it gives you a nice subtle glow, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Because as you can see, I do have a bit of glow going on. Now the foundation itself is a little bit, even though it's thick and it looks very matte, there is a bit of a glow. Don't know how that happens. So the third one is the Neo-Bronzer. Now, full size of this goes for $82. I don't use this as a bronzer. I tried to use it a bit as a bronzer today, ended up more taking it higher onto my cheekbones because there is a lot of pink that shows through this. Even in this shade and this shade, a lot of pink shows through this. So, and there's sparkle in it as well. So all three of these are quite glowy. So if that's the look you're going for, then this would be the perfect thing for you. For me, I find I don't necessarily use it a lot. I do bring this when I travel though, because it is nice to be able to highlight and blush and bronze almost out of all the things, but do not use that as a setting powder. Especially if you have a bit more mature skin, it will define everything. So the next palette I have, this is, I don't know what this one is called. This is the Making Faces, the Art of Contouring palette. This goes for $78, I believe. So inside, it will give you, it's magnetic, gives you a little tutorial on how to contour your eyes and face. Inside are the powders. I've used these. I don't know if it's just not my shade. I don't find, like, I used this sculpting powder in my brows today, but I had to go back in with a pencil to fill in. It just wasn't giving me a lot of payoff. I tried using this dark shade, dark brown, in my crease, and it was kind of splotchy. This Celestial highlighting powder didn't show up on me. Brighten did. I used it under my brow a little bit. So not really, I hate saying this, I love Kevyn Aucoin so much, but this, I can't really recommend this one. Again, I got this on Outlook. Another palette is this one. And this is the Kevyn Aucoin Art of Makeup Essential Palette. And it'll give you a little how-to guide on that. And here are the colors. Whoops. I find that funny with these palettes. So Kevyn Aucoin, as I said earlier, his brushes are amazing. Yet in this palette, his iconic palette, I haven't even taken them all. We have, come on. We have these. What is up with that? Does anyone use these? Anyway, so today I used a bit of this. I used this as my base color on my lids. I put a bit of this in the crease. I put some of this to deepen the outer corner. I used this blush. I used this shade to contour. I think I tried some of this on the inner corner and it didn't brighten as much as I'd like to because I have a different palette for that. So yeah, I think this one is $98. It's cool. It's Kevyn Aucoin. It's kind of, you know, you get to feel fancy because you have a Kevyn Aucoin. But for 98 bucks, I'd pass or see if it's on Outlooks. That's where I got this one as well. Now this is the only one that I bought from Sephora, so I didn't get it on discount. It wasn't on Outlook. Now this is the Kevyn Aucoin Electro Pop Palette, and this is $57. Has a great big huge mirror and these colors. This is a fun palette. I used this shade on my eyes today. I used this shade on my eyes today. I used this shade and this shade. It's fun. It's very fun. The problem is at $57, there's not a single matte in here. So this is a supplementary palette. You can't create a whole look with this because I believe you need a matte of some sort for transitioning or as a base or something. The quality of this though is phenomenal. You do have to use your fingers to get the payoff. I've used brushes before, like a tight packing brush, but you don't get the depth to the colors. It's fun. I would recommend it if it was on sale. I'm not sure I'd recommend it for $57. Again, you're paying for the name. So that is my summary of Kevyn Aucoin and the products I have of his and what I think of them. This is the look I created. I also, hey, I'm getting better. I've got a little bit of hair around the pony holding it up. So a big thanks again out to Nady and Lise for the hair tutorials. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And until next time, I love you so much. Thank you.